Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at Jasmy and ask my favorite question in all of crypto, part 3. Should you buy now or wait for the dip? This is going to be my third and final part for a while. I'll explain why throughout the video and you'll understand. But third and final part for now. But before we dive on into this, as always, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I make multiple videos every day. I have price target videos every day at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I go live as much as possible, just trying to keep up as much as possible with this rapidly evolving crypto space. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification button as well so that you don't miss a thing. So part 3. Part 1, I will fully admit, was a miss, but here's how I'm feeling about part 2. You know, Dumb and Dumber, the famous scene where Harry and Lloyd, I don't remember which one's Harry, which one's Lloyd, but anyway, you totally redeemed yourself. That's how I'm feeling right now, that I totally redeemed myself with Jasmine. And so I'll explain that in a second. But before getting into that, just remember my price target spreadsheet. You can see this in the description of this video. I added a live price column here for you. And Jasmine, my price target is 11.57 cents. Maybe I'll have to revise that, maybe not, but for right now it is 11.57 cents. And so let me share with you again, for those of you who are not not watched parts 1 and 2, what was the miss? Well, here's the deal. We broke through this level right here. This is a level that I had been paying attention to for a long time. That was the 2023 peak for Jasmy. And I was very convinced that we were going to see a retest of that level. I said that last Tuesday, I think, is when I made the video. And then Jasmy just kept on pumping. It just kept on going up. So I made a video 2 days later just flat out saying I was wrong. And I want to let you know, those of you who are my subscribers, those of you who are my future subscribers, that I am not like a capo of crypto. I am very open-handed with where I land on things. I'm not going to stick to my guns just because I'm a proud person, whatever. I will change if the information given to me changes. And I switched up very quickly. And then I gave you this price target, and I opened, I think it was a 10 or 15x long right here, because I presented a lot of conviction to that. At least I had a lot of conviction in my head that this was my price target. You could see that very small wick right below it, but I opened an aggressive long. It was just a scalp, made a couple $100, whatever. And I was very excited to have that filled and move up. That was the price target I gave you in my second video. I didn't have time to make a third video by now, but here is the level that I would have given you if I had made a third video, that this was going to be a new bottom. And this is looking back historically, trying to find confluence. And you can see, so I was on my live stream yesterday, and I was like, oh no, because I missed this. I missed it by a fraction of a penny. You can see just that little space between the level that I had and what was filled. And I want to tell you, as somebody who does a decent amount of trading, that happens a lot. And it's one of my most frustrating things that I experience. And I was just, so bummed thinking about that, because I missed out. With a 10x or 15x leverage position, I would have doubled my money if I exit at the top at least. I'd still be up pretty big right now. And so here's the deal. Where are we looking forward? I've looked at a lot of cryptos that have had this kind of pump recently. And what I would strongly recommend for you to do is to check out the video that I made last week about all the AI cryptos and asking the same questions. Should you buy now or wait for the dip? Because I've noticed that the best time to get in on a lot of these cryptocurrencies that have pumped, I'm going to show you Injective and Internet Computer and LCX, a lot of these cryptos that have done multiple X's over a short period of time, there is a specific moment that I think serves as just generally a really, really good time to get in. And that is the 50-day EMA. So you can see we're having some interaction with the 20-day EMA right here. We're struggling to hold it, and it's okay to lose that as support. But a lot of cryptos that have seen these huge gains have tended to hang around that, not to hang around the 50-day EMA, but to bounce really well off of the 50-day EMA. And so with 50-day EMA right now is at 1.354 pennies. But every day that level, that EMA will rise and rise and rise, and I wouldn't be surprised. I am not expecting a bounce off of that 50-day EMA anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if over the next few days we saw it get up to the bottom of this range, that price target that I almost missed, and that we would see some kind of a bounce over the next few days, maybe over the next week, off of the 50-day EMA. Whatever the 50-day EMA is at that time, that's going to be a fantastic point to buy, in my opinion. Right now, as of right now, I am setting a limit order a little bit higher than this level that you can see I just barely missed. It did a double test of that level. I just barely missed it. So as of right now, I'm setting a limit order there. Excuse me, this is not the 50-day EMA, it's the 200-hour EMA. Regardless, that's my point right now. But then the 50-day EMA, it's even much lower. I'm not worried about that short term. The 50-hour EMA, or sorry, the 200-hour EMA is where I'm looking for an entry short term. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Regardless, this is short term, given the fact that Bitcoin is making the move that it's making right now, and we may see a new all-time high fairly shortly, over the next month or so. So at this point, you've got to be a little bit more aggressive with these EMAs. So my price target right now for a new entry is that same level that I had set, but a little bit higher. I very much do not believe we're going lower than this level right here. So if we've got to wait for even the 50-day EMA, but for the 50 times 4 hour, the 200-hour EMA to get up here, even if we have to wait for the 50-day EMA to get up here, I am presenting a lot of conviction at 0.01435. So again, I missed it. I set my limit order at 0.01429. That did not fill by a fraction of a penny. So 0.01435. I have set a limit order somewhere about there. I don't remember the exact amount, but somewhere around there is where my limit order is. And however long it takes for these daily moving averages to catch up, I think we are just going to range between these two levels right here. So if you're not really watching the screen here, 0.01431 to 35 and 0.01708. I think we're going to range there for a while. Now, all bets are off if we see Bitcoin cross its all-time high. I want to be clear about that. But I think we have some ranging to do, and I don't want you to lose your patience. Be patient, because there's going to be a time when you least expect it, when Jasmine is going to make its next leg up. And after the top of this range, there is very little in terms of historical confluence. So we could see Jasmine go up much, much higher in a short period of time. But I think we're going to be here for several days and maybe even weeks and maybe longer than a month between this range right here. So you have a lot of time to look for new entries. And again, 20-day EMA, we're way behind, 50-day EMA. But I want to show you a lot of charts, 4 different charts of cryptocurrencies that had those big moves up, and then they've just chopped for some of them for 2 months now, maybe even longer than that. So we have Solana here. Solana has just been chopping after, Solana is so 2023. It went from what? Well, I don't know what happened there, but it went from $20 up to $120 in the span of a couple months. And then ever since then, it's been chopping. And again, look, 50-day EMA, that's been a great place to buy after, we did have a bit of a dip right there. That's another limit order that I missed by pennies, but we've just been chopping. Solana will eventually make its next move up. Injective, same deal. Now, Injective has not held the 50-day EMA as well, but that's because of unlocks with their staking, 21-day unlocks. People really have an incentive to stake Injective. But Internet Computer, same deal. You can see the 50-day EMA has been a fantastic point of support, and we've just been ranging. People are getting very bored with Internet Computer. They're getting very frustrated with it. They're not willing to wait, and so people are dumping their ICP. Not like smart money, no, but the people who bought in sometime around when ICP went up to $16, thinking it was going to go up forever. They've been getting really frustrated, asking me every day, when do I buy ICP? And look, you can see the 50-day EMA has been a fantastic place of support. LCX, same deal. I mean, LCX, it did a 10x in such a short period of time. And I gave you the exit, I gave you the entry with LCX, and people are getting very frustrated with LCX. And I'm very excited about buying LCX at 22 cents. But Jasmy, I believe, is going to do something like this until these moving averages get up here. And best case scenario would be that 200-hour EMA, that would be the big level of support moving forward here. But if not, if that loses as support, then I'd be looking very much at the 20-day and the 50-day EMA for both of these. So listen, as long as Bitcoin remains under its previous all-time high, which you never know. I mean, Bitcoin's been going crazy. Maybe even next week we'll see Bitcoin cross its previous all-time high. At that point in time, all bets are off. We're not going to see the same thing happen with these huge pumps and then consolidation. What you're just going to see is pump after pump after pump, and then probably right after that, shortly after that, a big dump, and that'll be it for a lot of cryptocurrencies. I mean, if you remember in February and March of 2022, a lot of cryptos had these huge pumps, and then they reached their cycle peaks, and that was it. And it didn't come back in November. So before Bitcoin all-time high, the rule is crypto pumps and chops, and it chops for a while. After Bitcoin all-time high, it'll just pump, and then the chop will be short, and then pump again, chop will be short, and then at some point it'll be over. We're not quite there yet, so I very much think that we are going to see a chop for a decent amount of time with Jasmy. Hopefully not too long. That would not prevent me from loading up right now. Like I said, this right here, the 0.14 level, I think is a fantastic place to load up if you see it get down to that point. But I am always open to new information, like I said. So if you have any thoughts that are in disagreement with mine or in agreement, let me know in the comment section of this video. I will gladly take all of those things into consideration and revise where I need to revise and stick strong to where I need to stick strong. The big point that I want to take, chop and 0.1435. Those are the points that I want to make. Otherwise, if you gained any value from this video, let me know in the comment section. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification button as well. Otherwise, I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.